this just in. How cool is this?
Oh, the brand new Honda Civic Type R.
That's right. And it's a perfect time to give it to us when snow is covering the ground and the car has summer tires. That's a great way to make sure that TFL doesn't drive it too terribly hard. But we still are going to, because we're going to drag race it in another video.
Well, it's a super fun car, and I cannot wait to get behind the wheel because it's been a while, for me at least, with a Honda Type R.
One of my favorite Hondas ever was the previous Type R. With one exception, my big fat body didn't fit in it particularly well because of the driving seats. And we're going to show you that in a minute because this car is different. In fact, many things about this car are different. So should we take a tour around it?
Yeah, let's do that first. And then, of course, look underneath the hood because that's really important. But you were telling me that they actually modified the body of this thing.
This is surprising because a lot of people just think, like the previous Type R, that the body and the sheet metal are essentially the same and then they just tacked on things to it. No, 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 no. They actually stretched the width of it. This is about an inch wider. So we're talking about wider fenders, steel, not just extra little caps that they're adding onto it. Almost every vent that's on this car is functional. The previous one, not so much. And I think some people had an issue with that. Super wide tires. We're going to get to that in a second. And then this is something interesting. This has been stretched and is actually wider as well. We're talking about this rear section here. So it has a much more Coke bottle shape, but more importantly, it's able to hold those big fat rear tires. That's right.
And it's wearing Michelin's right now.
Look at that tires.
19s.
Yeah, 19s. But look at the overall ratio.
Yeah, it's pretty low profile.
Can you see it from the back there, camera guy?
4S.
Yeah. Look at those. Those are some chunky, big meats for a front-wheel drive car.
So my previous beef with the Type R was it was kind of like over-the-top boy racer.
Yeah, with all the extra stuff that it had hanging off the back.
Yeah, but this is a tiny bit toned down.
I think it's a lot toned down.
But just right, I think.
So not everybody loves this big spoiler, but this is actually functional. Honda says this is actually necessary, especially for what it can do on the track. And this is one of the fastest front-wheel drive cars out there, period. Okay, I mean, just seriously, like across the board, you will be hard-pressed in the United States to find a front-wheel drive vehicle that's currently being built that can match this performance.
And we'll do revs, right?
Yes.
We'll hear exhaust, we'll talk about the engine, and we'll tell you the price, of course. But I'm also thankful for this, dude.
Yeah, so
huge trunk.
It's a proper hatchback, and
It's
because of that, 24.5 cubic feet of cargo space behind that seat alone. And then if you fold everything down, 45 cubic feet of cargo space.
But look how easy that is.
It's cool because this is a very useful car. Now, the previous one was as well, but the load-in height is actually pretty damn low. And then, looky here, there's no spare tire. That's not a surprise. You got inflation kit, which is not going to work well if you slice the side of your tire, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
But that's okay. Okay, it's a really lightweight car, which is key.
That is true. So 3,188 pounds of curb weight, under 3,200 pounds, which makes this car really good, especially when we talk about powertrain.
All right,
power-to-weight
let's
ratio.
pop. Yes, let's pop it. This is the gem, right?
Well, yeah. So this is sort of a continuation of the previous powertrain, right? So this is also a 2-liter turbo, but they've reworked a whole bunch of it. Turbocharger is almost entirely new. Other internal components are also updated to allow this vehicle a little bit more flexibility. And the power numbers for a little 2-liter, 315 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, hooked up only to, thank you God, a 6-speed manual transmission, and a proper one too. It feels good, doesn't it?
Short shift, yes, short shift.
Yes, Honda does manuals properly. I wish that manual transmission was in everything. With that being said, you might be wondering, yeah, what about an automatic transmission or a dual clutch? Not yet. Rumor has it that they might be working on a dual clutch system for its big brother or more expensive brother, which would be the Acura version of this.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that they're testing that right now, but there's nothing confirmed about that.
But I think I'll only have it this way, dude. This is the only way to have a Type R where it's, you know, useful, 4-person car with a large cargo area and a lot of fun.
Look at the size of those Brumbo brakes. The front discs are massive.
And here are the new seats. I want to show the latest seats.
Oh, you want to show the interior now? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
and then we should go for, first we should do revs, right?
Yeah, you want to do some revs?
And then we can go for a drive.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, how about you hop in, show them the seats, and then I'll sit in the back and use my mic on the exhausts.
Red seat belts. That's very important, Nathan. Red seat belts.
Well, it's not sporty without red seat belts.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, our buddy, camera guy, Case, had red seat belts in one of his cars. Right? Yeah, the Corvette, I think. Corvette? Yeah! All right, so we're going to come on down here. There are 3 pipes, but this is a resonator. This actually changes the sound. Hear that? It sounds pretty good. At higher speeds, when that sounds really, really screechy, that resonator is supposed to take away some of the harshness of the sound as well. So it does 2 things.
So,
but
Nathan,
it's really there for sound.
Nathan, I put it in the Plus R mode, which is kind of the sportiest mode.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of sound enhancement inside the cab, and it also changed the way that the gauges look. So let me show you really briefly. And it's kind of limiting me to about 3,500 RPM, but the red line is at 7,000. Are you ready to go?
1 second, I wanted to show one thing
Okay.
that's really important. Now, this seat is back is almost as far as it can go, okay? One of the things that makes this vehicle interesting is the fact that, unlike the last one, there is enough room
No way.
to put a full-size adult back here. It's not a ton of space, but this seat is leaned back. It's further back than yours, and you're taller than me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I still have enough room to sit back here. The positioning is a little bit more comfortable than the previous model, just a little bit more. And the seats back here aren't too bad. Unfortunately, you have this. This means nobody's sitting in the middle.
Well, you know what? This car is set up, for lighter weight, right? So bringing a 5th person is kind of not necessary.
Why are you giving an excuse? I think that sucks. I mean, seriously.
There's a couple other things that suck.
I want to be able to put a person in the middle.
For example, where are my heated seats, dude?
Oh, no.
Where's my heated steering wheel?
Oh, baby. You want a violin? Okay, let me come up there.
All right, let's go for a drive.
My feet do not fit well under here, by the way. Look, I'm just being honest about this thing. Hey, could you pull the seat up for me? Seriously, I can't get my feet up.
It's still red carpet, dude.
It is red carpet, and once again, the red seat belts. Ugh.
All right, I'm ready. I'm locked. Nathan, by the way, thank you for letting me drive just right now, because I'm usually a truck guy, but I'm loving this wide body Type R look and feel.
Well, what a lot of people don't know about you is that you actually are a bit of a hot hatch guy.
Well, I had a Golf, VW Golf.
It was a diesel. But yes, you did. But I mean, it was still a fun, sporty car, and I've seen you with other cars like this in the past, and you like them.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on my monkey cam because my glasses also have a camera. So,
Turn on your monkey.
woo! Are you ready?
Yeah, but there's no e-brake that you can pull to really fish the rear
Yeah,
out.
where is my?
Nope, not there.
Where is my drift?
It's electric.
That's okay. We don't need that. All right, so there's not a lot of ice here, so we can get a taste for the power here.
As long as you don't throw us into the train, I'm fine.
The train?
That.
Okay.
You may have burned a little bit of rubber.
A little?
Yeah.
Ooh, I gotta slow down. It's icy.
Yeah, don't hit the brakes on the ice, dude.
I hit them just before the ice.
Okay. So, summer tires on this, which is why we're not going to go crazy right now. But altogether, this is a vehicle that is actually built for the track, not just for the straight line. Meaning that around the track in Suzuka, at Suzuka I should say, this car was 1 full second, or about 1 full second faster than the previous model. That may not sound like a lot, but when you're talking about going around a track and how much 1 second really is, that is pretty significant.
Yeah, no, and you know what? This car is a performance-minded vehicle, right?
Yes.
But I just actually drove it this morning just for a little bit longer, for about 25 minutes. And it just does everything. Look, it rev matches for me.
Yeah, the rev matching is absolutely outstanding in this car. It might be the best rev matching setup I've ever tested.
Sorry, I gotta wait for this big semi to pass.
I truly believe that if rev matching was put in every car out there that has a manual transmission, the sales of manual transmission cars would increase. Because it makes you feel like you're an ace.
Oh, sorry, I spot him again.
Of course you did.
Let's see the red line. So that was almost 7 grand.
Yeah, so important thing to notice
Yes.
is that this vehicle really starts pulling, the torque really pours on after 2,000 RPM. That's when you really begin to feel it.
I can feel it.
And
Yes.
then up to about 4,500 RPM, that's when you're really getting the meat of it. After that, when you're going, higher revs, you're pulling in more horsepower, but that torque is really sitting a little bit lower. So that's one thing to notice. Another thing that I want to point out about this vehicle is its competition.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I would say essentially it's the Toyota Corolla GR, even though that's all-wheel drive. Because you could say a WRX, and that's also all-wheel drive. I mean, they're all in the same.
Well, what about like Golf R? But Golf R is almost like going away.
This is faster than Golf R.
Yeah.
It is. And, I'm sorry to say this, guys, but this car is extremely competitive with a lot of those hero cars out there, even though it's only front-wheel drive. I think part of that has to do with the fact that it's lighter weight, which is helpful.
Yeah.
And the suspension setup on this thing is absolutely dynamic. So those two things, with less drag from the all-wheel drive systems that the other cars have, make this an amazing performer. It's not the perfect one, though. See, in this condition right in here, I would rather have a WRX or a Toyota Corolla GR.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's even a great everyday car. I would daily drive this, no problem.
I like the Civic Si because I think the ride is a little less choppy and the seats are not as uncomfortable. These seats I do find uncomfortable still, but they're better than the previous Type R. That's me being honest.
Personally, I feel great in this seat. I mean, I'm a little bit taller, so my weight stretches out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just stretching.
Calling me fat again?
No.
You are. That's all right. No, it's all good. TFL, I'm the funny fat
All right.
guy
So
anyway.
how much is this? Let's finish this up.
Let's finish this.
Wow.
I like to give Andre crap, but he got a chance to drive this thing on camera, so I have every right to. Okay.
All right. So this is almost
guess.
50 grand, right?
No.
Okay.
After markups, probably, because dealers are going to go after this, and they are.
I hope they don't. Really.
This one starts at 42.8.
Okay.
And it's got a couple extra goodies on it. It's got the the Sirius XM package, basically.
Well, okay.
This one comes out to 44,385.
With destination.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an MSRP.
Okay.
So that's not horrible,
No.
but it is a lot more expensive than a regular GR, which is competitive with this, like a lot more expensive. However, if you go to a dealership, good luck finding a GR for this price as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
So
I think I'm falling in love
this is
with this car.
Such a compelling package.
Yeah.
It's useful. You can hold people in it comfortably, except you can only hold 4.
Yes.
I think that's the same for the GR as well. I don't think there's a center spot for them, but I think in the Volkswagen there is.
I think so. I think all Golfs are really 5-seaters.
Yeah.
So but they're still pretty small.
Yeah.
This is sizable car. This is a good sized car.
I really like what they did with these fenders. You can really see it when you're like standing over here, how it goes out in terms of that width. And I love the fact that almost everything on it is no longer just for show, it's actually useful. There's no extra vents that are non-vents or anything like that. I'd say altogether this is a hell of a winner, and we're going to be testing this car more in the near future.
Yes, so a major drag race is coming up very soon.
Yeah.
Check it out on alltfl.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.